everyone, it's Kim. Thank you for joining me for the Thanksgiving 2016 card series. This is card number 7. I'll probably be making videos up to maybe 10 cards. And then other cards that I make, I'll just put on my blog. Alright, so we're going to be making this card today. I'm going to be using my ebrush and my stamp set and my Copic markers. The first thing I want to do is I want to stamp on my Copic paper. I got this at a scrapbook expo a couple years ago. It's just copicmarker.com, and it's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So I just cut it down because I'm going to be putting it right on top of this like so. Alright, archival ink works best on Copic paper. It doesn't smear when you're using your Copic markers. There's a lot of different types of shadowing markers out there. I'm calling them shadowing because that's how you can color with them. If you use a lighter color and then you come in with a darker color, it's like it's shadowing. Now I'm making sure that I get every single little, this is a very intricate stamp. For some reason I don't. It's not the end of the world. I can use a very fine tip Sharpie, but I think we're going to do okay. Alright, I'm going to bring it up just a little bit because I have a stamp to put on underneath it. And there we go. I'm just going to push it like kind of rock it. You have to be careful you don't move the acrylic block around. Try to get in the middle too. Alright, let's see how that turns out. Nice. Set that aside. I will clean that off later. Alright, now I'm going to use the ebrush. Now what I did was I was playing around, kind of seeing what colors I wanted to use, and I cut it out so that this is a mask, and I just put some score tape behind it. There is masking paper, but I decided since I had already colored this just to use that, a little bit of score tape, and we're good to go. This is where I got the stamp set from. It's AI. And this was from a scrapbook expo as well. Alright, so here's my ebrush. It's this little unit right here. You turn it on and then you can choose how much ink you want to come out according to pushing this button here. You can get it battery operated. Mine's plugged in. And then it comes with a bunch of different tips that would accommodate the different markers that you might have. I have only used this one other time. I don't know why. I was playing around. I bought it, played around with it, and then put it away. Okay, so I'm going to do my background in the YR24. Just going to, oops, wrong edge. You have to take the chiseled in. I got this on HSN a while back. And I'm going to put it in so that the chiseled area is like that. I'm going to turn it on. It's not too noisy, but you probably won't be able to hear me talk, so I'll just do the process and then come back. I'm going to push this button here. Let me remove my stamp pad there. There we go. I got to bring my mask up a little bit. It's covering up the... There we go. And there we go. So basically the way it works is air blows out of this little tip right here onto the Copic, and it blows onto your paper. Now it doesn't always turn out like this where it's speckled. It started doing that and then I went with it. I thought it was actually kind of cool. And you just pop this out, and then to change your tips, you just, there's a little thing in there, like little grooves that you just snap it on. Alright, so we're done with that. Now, excuse me, I just woke up, so I'm kind of have that morning voice thing going there. Peel that off. And let's get coloring. Light to dark, that's the way I typically will do these Copic marker ink, but not always. That's why I threw in that word typical. This is E13. And I'm just going to color the basket part of the cornucopia. And then I'll go back in with a little bit darker and do my shadowing. And I tried to follow this stamp as best I could, but I didn't have all those colors. Okay, I'm going to go through and do all the things that are brown since I have this marker out. Got the leaves down here, the corn husks, these leaves down here, and then these little pieces of what I'm saying are like wheat. And the little cattails, I believe that's what they call them. And then a little bit more here. And then let's do a couple of the corn, little pieces of corn. And the pumpkin stems. And then we have a little bit of, I don't know if these are like little gourds. They don't really look like acorns. But we'll go ahead and color those as well. Okay, now I'm going to go in with the darker color. And YR is not the right color. Let's do E25. And they say, you know, you pretend like your light source is whatever way you want it to be. So I'm going to say that my light source is here. Now, when it comes to the Copic markering, I'm sure there's rules for it, and I actually did take a class, but I kind of just color for how I think it looks right. So you can, you know, try to find some YouTube videos of people that are more of a professional Copic artist, I would say, and they might be able to help you out as far as you know, how to learn how to shadow and things like that. And I really am just going very quickly. You can sit and take your time. That's perfectly fine. Just for video purposes, I want to get through this quickly for you. Just give it a little bit of the cattails of a shadow. We're good with that. Okay, so let's go with the pumpkins. Now I've got a very light yellowish color here, Y38, but I'm not going to do that one. I'm going to do YR04. It's a little bit, it's bright, which is good because really for me, the pumpkins are my focal image. I see that I missed one of the corn husks. Now you don't always have to do the shadowing as I mentioned. You can just use the same color that you originally did, and then, you know, take a couple seconds to let it dry, and then you can go back with that same color that you used and just have some darker, I'm going to say darker highlights. Okay, so let's do this pumpkin, and then we're going to do this pumpkin, and then we'll go back in with a little bit different color of an orange and finish that up. Alright, so we're pretty much done with this orange. I'll set that up there. And now let's go in with the YR07. And I've got some spots here that are still white, which is fine. And color those up. And then bring it all the way down into here. So basically I'm going from the top. I'm going to grab that one that I just used and kind of do a little bit more of the blending. Alright, I'm going to go in here and in here and a little bit more blending. Okay, now let's go ahead and do our apples. I'm going to use an R27. There's 3 apples in this stamp set. Yeah, so if you want to go check out that ebrush, I'm sure they have it on Amazon as well. And then I'm going to come in with the R46 and just kind of darken parts of that apple. All right, now we have these really pretty green gourds. And the closest green that I have to what's on the stamp set is this one, and it's YG63. I never really did, I did buy a lot of Copic markers in the beginning, but there's so much more out there. There's so many colors to choose from. Okay, now you see how I went back in with the same color and just did it like that. Okay, now we have this basket here. I don't really have that teal color, so I'm going to go in with a B91 and just use a blue color. And then I'm going to come in with a B21, which I should have used first. I didn't realize that, because you're not going to really be able to see too much contrast. Okay, now we have some purple going on here, and I'm going to start out with a BV04, and I'm literally going to color the grapes in a circular motion. Instead of up and down, I'm just going to color them in a circular motion. And then this ribbon right here is also showing that it's purple. And then it has a ribbon that goes right here, and a ribbon that goes right here. And then I can come in with my V17 and just do a couple of the grapes. Again, adding that shadowing and that contrast. And then I'm going to do the ribbon like this and in like that. Okay, I believe that's all the purple. Now, I did notice that I didn't do any of the orange in the corn, so let's go ahead and put some orange in there. That's kind of fun, just being able to dot it. And then I'm also going to put some Y38 in here. Now it looks like they had some darker colors, or maybe that was the same one in there, but I think I'm gonna stick with this one. These colors, I mean. And then this is like a red. I'm gonna say that's how I'm seeing it, so I'm gonna use the R27, but I'm not gonna push down too hard because this is a very dark red. And then let's do a little bit of shadowing there. And then we can use the Y38 to do the flicker. And then I'm going to go with my E25, and we're going to do the candle holder part. Good. And then I'm going to come in and just do a little bit more color on those pieces of wheat, just to have it show up a little bit more. And then I'm just going to go look through and make sure that I've got everything colored, and then we're done with the card. I just have to put it on the card base. That's all brown there. Yep, looks like we did it. We're all done. All right, let's put this on our card base. I chose like a rust color card base for this. So it's going to be like that. I'm having a little bit of technical difficulty with my tape runner. There we go, now it's working. Bring that on. I'm going to show you the other one that I did, that the airbrushing is a little bit lighter. So you can see a comparison of the different colors, and then this one has got the speckled on it. It's it depends on how close you hold it up to your paper and how much air you're giving it. That would be that example right here. And then this one was held back a little further, different color, and not as much air. So kind of gives you an idea of what you want to do there. All right, everybody, thanks so much for watching, and on to the next Thanksgiving card. Have a great day.